Imagine walking into a completely normal room and suddenly realizing it's about to explode. No, I don't mean fire, aliens, or some apocalypse scenario. I mean 1,000 balloons. Yes, 1,000 balloons, all packed into one room, ready to unleash chaos. You might be thinking, why would anyone do that? And the answer is simple, because science demands it. What happens if you pop 1,000 balloons at once? Will it be a tiny apocalypse, a symphony of chaos, or just the most ridiculous thing you've ever witnessed? Today, we're going to find out. This is going to be loud, messy, hysterical, and, yes, meme-worthy. Strap in because the suspense is about to get real. Step 1. Acquiring the balloons. Now, buying a few balloons is normal. Buying 10 is fun. But 1,000? That's borderline criminal. I marched into the store like a legend on a mission. The cashier gave me the "I don't even know you" look. My cart looked like a latex mountain had been summoned from another dimension. By the time I got home, my arms ached, my car looked like it had been possessed, and I felt a weird mix of excitement and dread. This was not just a room anymore. This was going to be a battlefield. Step 2. Filling the balloons. Hours passed. My apartment smelled faintly of rubber, ambition, and probably regret. The sound of the air pump became my heartbeat. Balloons began to accumulate, forming piles, towers, and floating clusters. By balloon 517, I swear I was talking to them. "You got this," I whispered to one. "Don't pop early. Hold the line." The cat gave me the side eye, probably plotting an escape plan. By the time I finished, the room was completely unrecognizable. A kaleidoscope of latex, like a rainbow, exploded in slow motion. Step 3. The setup. I didn't just leave the balloons on the floor. No, I filled chairs, the ceiling, corners every nook was a potential chaos point. Walking in the room felt like traversing a minefield where the mines were delicate, rubber-filled time bombs. Every step creaked, every balloon shifted, and the tension was unbearable. I imagined the slow-motion drama when it all started, the sound, the chaos, the comedy, the absolute internet-worthy spectacle. My heart raced. Even the cat was hiding under the couch. Step 4. The trigger. I had a pin, not just any pin. A legendary pin. One wrong move, and I could start a chain reaction of latex destruction. I took a deep breath. The room was silent, almost too silent. You could hear the suspense in the air. I raised the pin. Trembling slightly, I prepared for history to be made, and then, BAM. A sound erupted that can only be described as apocalyptic. 1,000 balloons popped at once. The noise was deafening, chaotic, and beautiful. The sound waves bounced off the walls like tiny earthquakes. Pieces of latex ricocheted through the air, hitting walls, ceilings, and furniture. My cat? Gone? My plants? Shaking in fear, my neighbors, probably filing noise complaints, or maybe calling emergency services. I wasn't paying attention. I was hypnotized by the chaos. This wasn't just popping balloons. This was a symphony of destruction, a masterpiece of comedic timing, and a full-blown physics experiment all in one. Step 5. Observing the aftermath. The room had transformed. What was once a clean living space was now a war zone of popped rubber. Confetti-like fragments and sticky fragments stuck to everything. And yet, it was strangely beautiful. The physics of 1,000 simultaneous pops created waves of movement I never thought possible. Balloons bounced off each other, tiny shock waves traveled through the room, and in the chaos, I laughed. Uncontrollably. Step 6. Meme potential. Of course, I had to document every angle. Slow-motion replays, close-ups of popping balloons, cinematic zooms of rubber fragments flying in every direction. Caption ideas flooded my mind, me trying to adult. 2025 in a nutshell. And the classic expectations versus reality. I knew instantly that this was going to blow up online, the perfect blend of science, comedy, and chaos. Step 7. Reflection. Standing in the wreckage, I realized something important. Science isn't always about lab coats or spreadsheets. Sometimes it's about joy. Sometimes it's about controlled chaos. Sometimes it's about filling a room with 1,000 balloons, popping them all at once and marveling at the beautiful disaster you created. And yes, it was totally ridiculous. Totally funny. totally legendary. Here's the challenge. For you, what would you do if you had 1,000 balloons in a pin? Which balloon would you pop first? Which would you save for dramatic effect? Comment below, share your ideas, and maybe try a mini version of this experiment yourself. And if you laughed even once watching this chaos, hit like, subscribe, and share with someone who secretly wants to destroy something ridiculously satisfying. As the last pop echoed through the room, I stood in the aftermath. Balloons were everywhere, sticky latex on the walls, fragments under my feet. And yet, I smiled. Because this wasn't just an experiment, it was a reminder that life is short, chaos is beautiful, and sometimes the best science is the kind that makes you laugh uncontrollably. So yes, filling a room with 1,000 balloons and popping them all at once, totally ridiculous, totally funny, totally legendary. And maybe, just maybe, this teaches the most important lesson. Never underestimate the power of a tiny pin, a little chaos, and a lot of imagination. Until next time, keep asking absurd questions, keep laughing, and remember, science isn't always serious. Sometimes, it's 1,000 balloons going pop.